Hi, alright guys. Another box of Jiffy 7 pellets have just turned up. Just in time as well. So I want to get some brassicas in today. Just a few then. Right then. Let's get some of those in here. We got what we got today then? We got cabbage red acre, cabbage Durham early, and broccoli di Siccio, broccoli. So yeah, 24 of each, and I reckon they'll sell in 6s. Yeah, let's see. So give me a second and I'll sort these out and bring you back. I'll tell you what, that is so much easier using warm water. Look, I don't know really, that's got a bit mad, that one. Anyway, so broccoli, cabbage Durham early. Now I think, yeah, just about enough seeds, because these are from last year, so it is going to be one in each. And if I can get them in the hole. I tried using things like, you know, plant labels and things, but I find this is just as easy. Alright, it may take a minute more, but what else am I going to do, you know what I mean? I don't know if to double up on these or not, or just chuck the rest of the seed away. Let's have a look at the date on it. Yeah, so by this year, so it's not worth saving them. I'll just double up in case they don't germinate. When I did the basil, I spilt quite a few down the sides, and they're all growing. I'll show you in a sec. See, look here, when I dropped the seeds inside the punnet, they're all growing at the bottom of the pellets. Oh, a few bonuses. They're nearly all fired, there's only one or two haven't. Right, that's them all done. Brassicas. They should sell. They'll go in lots of 6, won't they? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yes, that'll do. If you're anything like me, you don't want many more than 6 cabbages anyway, for heaven's sake. Well, not all of the same variety anyway. A couple of channels have commented that they're not happy with Jiffy 7s because they don't let the roots come through. Well, I've just done a bit of mobile phone footage of the indoor kitchen garden veggie pod device, and what I did, I planted up a padron, or just dropped the plug in there, the Jiffy 7, a week ago. Yeah, a week or 10 days ago, and look, we got plenty of roots there. Look, yeah. So yeah, I would say they do come through. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I was a bit worried after all the comments. I thought, oh my word, what have I done? You know. Anyway, I better pop that one up, hadn't I? Right, I'm still a week away from sowing me tomatoes, I reckon. I did it on the 22nd, 23rd last year, so you know, middle of next week maybe. And I've got 2, 4, 6, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36 varieties. Well, I'm not going to sow them all, or am I? No. I'm going to sow mostly ones I haven't grown before, for me, and the common ones like, say, Moneymaker and Shirley and that sort of thing, if I've got any Shirley left. I'm going to do in the plugs, in the Jiffy 7s for charity, for selling at maybe car boots or posting, you know. But the ones I'll be doing myself, I'm going to go through them all, because some of them haven't got many seeds in, you know, like indigo pear drops. 2, 4, 8 seeds. Pink accordion, well, it says on the packet 10 seeds. Yeah, they're the ones from Jason and Colleen. Look, there's about 5 or 6 in there. So yeah, so yeah, so my seeds I'm going to do in the Agrilands, and the ones for selling on I'll do in the plugs, I reckon. Yep, right. Just a little preparation is the key, if you know what I mean. If I get these ready now, it'll be one less thing to do next week. Right, a couple of stills by way of an intermission. These are the grown local microgreens in those compostable punnets. That's the Rambo radish, gosh, growing well. And that's the broccoli, very, very tasty. I went for a walk down the shops today. Well, I've got no choice really, my car's packed up, starter motor. Got it booked in for next week sometime. Halfway up the hill going home, that's where those ash trees were cut down the other week. Nice clear view for that house now. Here I am having a quick rest. And I tell you what, I'm going to do more of these walks and I'll show you a bit more of the village I live in. Okay then, back to the show. Oh, you're right guys, I've had a mail call. And as soon as I saw the orange bomb, I knew it was from Danny over there in Welsh Wales, because he managed to find some and he said he'd send me a packet. But look at this, look what he's put in. Bless him. Rhondda Welsh runner beans, is it? Has some Tubebuddy. And I tell you what, have you ever seen these? These are incredible. Oh, look at these. Black runner beans. So they will definitely be sown this year, because the seeds have arrived in time. Private joke. Yeah, I'll be putting those in May, so I'll be looking forward to growing those. Trouble is, I'll have to change the name of them. I'll have to call them Dursley runner beans. We can't have the name Welsh on them, for heaven's sake. Sorry, buddy. Anyway, thanks very much for the seeds. Very much appreciated.
Hi Steve, just an update. I'm now about to take my first cutting off my single seed potato challenge. The next video I do will be putting them into larger tubs, as they seem to be bolting on quite a bit in my propagator. So I'm going to take this cutting and we'll see how we go from there. I'm going to take the cutting just above the leaf node at an angle, which I have. I'm going to put this into some rooting compound. I've already got a tub of compost here ready. I'm going to plant that in. That's in a yogurt pot. That's going to go into my propagator and we'll see how that goes. Right Steve, I've set up to plant my first potato. I'm going to use MICROGREENS, farmyard manure, and we'll go from there. I'm going to put 3 handfuls of MICROGREENS, maybe 4 actually. Two good handfuls of organic farmyard manure. I'll give that a mix. To that, a good handful of potato fertiliser, plus a bit. Good handful of bloodfish and bone. Mix that well in. And just a little bit of charge, just to give it that little bit of boost. That's all had a good mix in. I've got some micro fungi here to put round. as you can see. Roots are starting to form, but I just think they're bolting on too much, so this is just my plan and I'll just see how it goes from there. Now, the flower pot. What I want to do is put the leaves into there, because I don't want to damage it putting the compost in. It's a bit time consuming, but I don't know what the results will be. As they say on the lottery, you got to be in it to win it. I'm hoping when I pull the flower pot off, the compost will fall round and won't damage the leaves. I want to fill the pot up because there's quite a bit of a void here, so we will see. Just going to add just a little bit more potato fertiliser around the top. Right, that's the first one done. Well, Steve, there you are. There's my 4 potatoes planted, all in the pots. They're now going to go outside. I put rapeseed straw on the top of them. I think for my options, it helps keep the moisture in, and also it cuts down on a lot of weed problems. We'll just see how it goes. Thanks a lot.